They called him a troublemaker. Whispers followed him wherever he went, sharper than knives, accusing him of disruption, of recklessness, of not belonging. He had been removed from drill after drill, reprimanded publicly, his shoulders heavy under the weight of every judgmental gaze. And yet there was a fire in his eyes that no authority could extinguish, a stubborn spark that refused to bow, even as they tried to shove him out. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're re-watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The hall was thick with tension, the air brittle with expectation. Trainees shifted nervously, a low murmur crawling through the ranks like an uneasy tide. The troublemaker, a young recruit named Jonah, stood rigid, jaw tight, hands trembling at his side, not from fear, but from the fury of being misunderstood.
Nice.
The sergeant's eyes bored into him, and the room seemed to shrink, pressing in like a vice.
Oh.
One misstep, one small defiance, and it could all be over. Jonah's mind raced. He thought of the whispers, the mocking laughter, the pointed fingers. "Why me?" he asked silently, heart hammering. "Why am I always the one they want to break?" His chest ached with frustration, with longing to be seen for who he truly was. Not the label they'd pinned on him like a scarlet letter. The next drill began. Each movement was scrutinized. Jonah's every step seemed to invite criticism, every gesture a reason to doubt him further. Sweat stung his eyes, and dust clung to the back of his neck, as if mocking his struggle. He faltered once, then twice. Each mistake drew a sharp inhale from the watching trainees, the collective judgment wrapping around him like chains. Then, a presence entered the room, silent but commanding. A SEAL instructor known for his unshakable calm and piercing gaze walked toward Jonah. The murmurs faded as if the air itself recognized authority. Jonah stiffened, unsure whether this would be reprimand or salvation. The SEAL stopped a step away, and for a moment, the world narrowed. Jonah's pulse thudded painfully in his ears. Then the unexpected happened. Without a word, the SEAL lifted Jonah's hand, slowly, deliberately, high enough for everyone to see.
Aye.
Shock rippled through the room. Eyes widened, breaths held.
Aye.
Some trainees blinked, unsure if their senses were deceiving them. He's doing what? Before Jonah could fully process the gesture, the SEAL's gaze met his. No condescension, no judgment. Only recognition, only belief. The wordless message was unmistakable. You belong. I see you. Jonah felt a strange heat rise in his chest, a mix of disbelief and relief. It was as if a weight he had carried for months, the weight of every accusation, every whisper, every judgment suddenly lifted. The SEAL didn't need to say it aloud. The world, in that quiet acknowledgement, shifted. Whispers turned to murmurs, murmurs to stunned silence. For the first time, Jonah's peers saw him differently, not as a troublemaker, not as a misfit, but as someone with courage that refused to be extinguished. Confidence swelled in Jonah, steady and firm, replacing the tremor in his hands. He lifted his head, straightened his back, and felt, for the first time, the raw edge of pride. The sergeant blinked, taken aback. Jonah's mistakes didn't vanish. The errors didn't magically resolve. But the shift was undeniable. The room felt lighter, open, charged with the possibility that maybe, just maybe, being different wasn't a crime. The SEAL released Jonah's hand, letting it fall naturally, but the gesture lingered, echoing in the charged air.
Yes.
Others who had been ready to condemn, to push him out, softened.
Yes.
Heads turned. Some offered subtle nods, a quiet acknowledgement that bravery, stubbornness, determination could not be punished out of existence. Jonah exhaled slowly, absorbing the moment. Tears threatened, not from weakness, but from the relief of being seen for who he truly was. Every whispered insult, every attempt to cast him aside, had been answered not with anger, but with quiet, undeniable validation. The SEAL moved away, letting the drill continue, but Jonah no longer felt like an intruder. Instead, he felt like a part of something bigger, a current within the tide of men and women striving together, a force stronger than doubt or fear. Later, in the quiet aftermath, Jonah replayed the moment over and over. He thought of every time someone had underestimated him, every time he had doubted himself, and he realized something profound. Courage does not announce itself with loud words or aggressive defiance. Sometimes courage is silent. Sometimes it is simply acknowledged. And when it is, it can change everything. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. Jonah carried that lesson forward, not with arrogance, but with quiet determination. He learned that validation, respect, and belief can sometimes come from the most unexpected places. That one silent hand lifted in recognition could undo the harshest words and the most entrenched doubt. And somewhere within that recognition, within the warmth of being seen, Jonah felt a truth he would never forget. Sometimes the world doesn't need you to prove yourself to everyone. It only needs one person to believe. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us about a time someone silently lifted your hand when you needed it most. And subscribe to Whispered Words for more stories of courage, empathy, and the quiet power of recognition.